Hi friends, welcome back to Laravel 8 tutorial. In this video, I will going to show you how to use Multi Guard Authentication in your application. Okay, so first of all, we will install Laravel, and after that, we will create separate URL for user, or you can say teacher, student, admin. Okay, so let's install first, and I will explain more better after this. Okay, so to install, we need to use Composer, create project, Laravel / Laravel, and the project name. So here my project name is suppose Multi Guard demo. Okay, so Multi Guard demo, right? So it's installing Multi Guard demo. This is the Laravel 8 application, so you can see that is Laravel 8.5.24, and it will take some time to install. Okay, so let's resume some time. So application is installed. Now just go inside the project. So just write cd multi-guard demo and open the Visual Studio Code. So this will be my Visual Studio Code. This is the editor. Okay, so we will develop this application inside this. Okay, so you can see the scaffolding which are just created, and if we just run this, so I want to run this in separate tab, so just use PHP rotation server. Okay, so it's created development server. So just go to here and we can see the Laravel application is running. That is Laravel 8.54.0, that is the latest, and also I am using the PHP 8.0.8 version, right? So basically my goal is to use the multi-guard authentication inside here. Suppose for user there will have a user link, and after that login, or you can say the registration page, and also the home, dashboard, whatever. So all the things will appear after the user, and in the same way just for admin it will just add the admin, and after that login or registration or anything. So whatever for admin, it will appear as the base URL and the admin, right? So first we'll install the authentication, that is the basic authentication of Laravel. So just go to the Google and search Laravel UI. Okay, so here I will use the Laravel UI authentication. So you can go to the Laravel UI utilities and presents. So just go inside here and just install the Laravel UI. So just copy this composer require Laravel UI. So just run here. So it's installing and it will take less time, so it's completed. And now I want to use the Bootstrap authentication. So just use simply PHP artisan UI Bootstrap authentication, right? And finally we need to use the npm install and npm run them. So in the meantime, if we just go here and refresh this, we can see the login and registration is done. But if we just check here, so the design is basically broken. Actually we need to use the npm run and npm run dev so that it will compile and will the mix will update. Okay, so just copy this and paste, right? So it will take some time. Okay, so Laravel mix is ready. Okay, so now if we just go to the browser and let's refresh this and just click on the login, so we can get a proper login page. We'll get a forget your password and we'll get the registration link also. Okay, so if we just go to the Visual Studio Code, inside the app we will see in the HTTP there is a controller, and inside the controller we'll get the home controller, and you will get this controller.php. So this is the default controller. When you install Laravel, we will get this, and after the UI installation we will get this home controller and this auth, right? So there is separate controller for separate purpose. So for login there is a login controller, so you will get all the things, that is login controller, that is the middleware that is using the guest, and also there is registration controller. So in this section we will the registration section is working. So this is the validation. So when we just click on this here and just submit this, it is showing the message that please fill out this field and all the things. This is the validation section, and after the validation it is the create section. Okay, so all our inbuilt will get when we just install the Laravel UI, right? So now my aim is to create a user controller, so which will be used basically for user. So let's create a controller. So how can we create controller? So write php artisan make controller, right? And the name of the controller is suppose user controller. Okay, so I want to create this controller inside this separate folder, that is inside the user. We will create the user controller, and inside the admin we will create the admin controller. So let's use the user slash user controller, right? So if you just go inside this project directory, you will get http, and inside the controller we will get another folder, and inside this user folder we will get the user controller, right? And let's create some functions, and before that we need to create login and registrations. Okay, so first let's go to the routes and web.php. So here we'll import the user controller. So first use the namespace, that is the namespace app http controllers slash user, and after that the controller name, that is user controller, right? So just paste this here, and sorry, there is a mistake, it is use. Okay, so all are ready. So user controller imported, and we will not use the default home, so we will use user home, admin home in this way, right? So for this we will create different groups for each type of user. So write it, so create routes, so write route, and here I will use the prefix, so that if we create prefix all time it will get after this, right? So if we just write here slash user, that means all the links which will create inside this route, inside this route group, all will appear that user slash the name, right? And here just call a group, so right here user. So we don't need actually this slash, so just remove this and then group. Okay, so the group will create a closer function, so inside this create function. Okay, and we will write all the routes, that is user related routes, inside here. Okay, and one thing I need to add, we want to add the name also. So simply I am adding a name, that is user dot. So whenever we'll create any route and we'll provide the name, always it will concatenate with the name. Okay, and here we'll create a two middleware, that is one for guest and one for authentication. So first of all let's see how it's we need to close this function here, right? So just save this, and we'll use the two types of middleware, that is guest and the auth middleware. So just check what is inside this. So just go to the kernel.php. So inside here we'll get the kernel.php. So basically we'll get two types of middleware, that is for authentication we'll get app http middleware authentication, and for guest we are calling app http middleware redirect if authenticated. Okay, so we'll use these two middleware inside this route group. So simply just write here route, and here we'll call the middleware, and the middleware name is one for the guest who are not logged in. So write guest, so just use this, basically we will use this guest, and next for auth. Okay, so this is guest, and we'll create a group. So inside this group all the URL will write which are inside the guest, that means without authentication which page we can open. So create a closer function, and same like we'll create another group, so for the authentication, right? So after authentication this link will be open. Okay, so already now just create a route for login page. Okay, so write route and just create a view. So we can create simply route and call the controller functions, and we can directly call the view function. So as an example we can see here that is by default Laravel returns view. So inside here so we can write a view also. So simply I am creating a login, so slash login, and here we'll create a page. So just here write dashboard slash user dot login. Okay, so the login page will be here, and I am providing a name for this. So write a name, simply name is login. Okay, so just copy this and create for the registration link. So just registration link, and after the successful authentication we'll create a home link. Okay, so right here home, and we'll create a same name page, that is home, and also the route name is home, and here also create a registration page. So write register, and the blade name will be also register, and simply register. Okay, so please see the full video to see how the multi-guard authentication is working in Laravel. So first of all we need to create a dashboard. So just go inside the resource, inside the views, just create a folder that is dashboard, and inside the dashboard we'll create a user. So just create a folder that is user, and inside this we'll create a login page. So just write login dot blade dot php, and in the same way we'll create register dot blade dot php. Okay, and we'll create another files that is home. So just go here and create another files that is home.blade.php. Okay, so first we'll create a registration page, and after that we'll do all the page step by step. So first of all just close this and suppose write something, suppose test. Okay, and let's see how the page is appearing. So we need to use the login, and we have a prefix, so we need to use here the user slash login. Okay, so this is basically the registration page, so user slash register. Okay, so let's see. So test is appearing. Okay, so we are in the right page. Okay, so let's use the HTML broiler template. So in the title section just write registration. Okay, and here we'll use the Bootstrap. So just go to the Google and search for Bootstrap, and here just go to the getbootstrap.com and then get started, and we'll use the Bootstrap CDN. So just copy the CSS and then paste here before the head tag close, and also we'll get the JS. So just copy this and just paste here before the body tag close. Okay, so Bootstrap JS and CSS added into our application. So let's create the forms. So first of all we'll create a simple div container. So this is the Bootstrap class, and then create a row class. So write div dot row, and inside this row class we'll create the column MD class. So write col MD5. Okay, so here we will basically write a AC tag. So just really use the header, so slash h2. Okay, and this is the registration page. So right here user registration. Okay, and here we will create the Bootstrap forms. So just search here forms and set anyone, right? So just copy this from and just paste this here, right? So here we have a email ID, so we don't need this, so write here email, and here also write email, and we don't need this, and we don't need this also, so just remove this. So whatever we don't need, we just change this, so write password, and we don't need this, so write here password. Okay, so all are done. Now just refresh this and let's see what is appearing here. So just refresh this, so we can see a simple registration form, but we need to add some more fields. That is, suppose just copy this and write here the name. Okay, so you can add the full name, and here write name, and the type will be simple text, and the ID is name, and we need to add the name field also, so write name, and another section, suppose I want to add the placeholder, so just write here enter full name, and same way just add a name, that is email, and I want to add the placeholder, so write here placeholder equal to enter email, and same here, that is name, so name equal to suppose password, so password, and add a placeholder, so enter password, and just copy this, and here just write the confirm password. Okay, so for registration we need to use the confirm password, so just ID is C password, and the name also the C password, and just placeholder is confirm password. Okay, so let's refresh this. Okay, so cool, it's looking good. I need some padding here, so here we can add some style, so just here write style equal to margin top, suppose 30 px. Okay, so write 30 px. Okay, so it's good enough, right? So we can work on this. So now we need to save this into our database. So first of all, we don't have a database integrated, so first go here, and here this is the environment, and here we want to set our database. So just database name is Multi Guard Auth. Okay, and here my password ABCD123 @ okay, so this is my database password, and this is the username. So just go here and let's close this, and let's close this, and localhost php myadmin. Okay, and just login and create a database. So here my database is Multi Guard Auth, and here if we just go to the migration section, so just go to the database. So here is the database. Okay, so here is the migration section, so we will see this table. So if we just migrate this user table will create, so ID, name, email verified at password, and remember token and timestamps. Okay, so how to migrate into our database? So let's close this, and php artisan migrate. Okay, so it's migrated. Now if we just go here, we can see some database, some tables are created. Okay, now we need to do the registration process. So when you click on this, it will basically submit a form, and we'll save this into this user table, right? So just write, so close this environment, and here inside the form we will just create an action, and also create a method. So I will use the post type method. So now inside the web.php we will create a link, so by which link we will register. So right here route, basically the link will be the create. So when you click on this submit, basically it will hit this create, and use the controller name. So my controller is user controller and colon class, and then the method's name. So here my method name is suppose create. Okay, and let's add the name. So right here name equal to, that is user dot create. So simply just to write here create, okay, inside the inverted comma, and let's use this create here. So inside the froms we will just use that the route, and here just write user dot create. Okay, user dot create. And as it is a Laravel, please don't forget to add the CSRF token. So this is very important, right? So now let's create a functions, that is create function inside the user controller, right? So here create function public function, that is create, right? So function is created, and let's add this request here. So copy this and create $request. So we'll use this $request inside this function, and let's dd the $request. So let's see what is appearing when you just post this from, right? So now there is no validation, no anything. So simply write name John and email, that is John. So all things I am putting randomly, there is no validation. So just click on the submit. So as this is the email type, so we need to write the proper email. So this submit, and you can see the form is submitted, and inside this request we will get all the values, right? So we'll get all the values, that is the Laravel token and name, email, password, and confirm password. So all things we are getting from the controller. Okay, so we need to build the create logic here. So first of all we need to create the validation so that the proper value we cannot submit. So let's add the validation message here. So just use $request, and we'll use the validator. Okay, so right here validate method. So using this validate method, Laravel can validate the field's name. So here the name is name, email, and then password and C password. Okay, so let's validate all the fields. So right here name, and the name must be required. So right here required, and let's next things is email. So right here email, and email is also required, as well as it should be a proper email type. So use the email. And the next things we need to make the unique, so that same email ID cannot use repeatedly. So right here unique. So unique will be from the users table. So we'll check from the users table, that is already exist email inside this user table or not, and we'll check from the email field. Okay, so as this is the email column, so we'll use this column. So it will basically check the email column from users tables, that is unique or not, right? And then we'll use the password, and here the password also the required, and I want to add some extra condition. Suppose the minimum length of the password is 6 and the maximum length of the password may have suppose 15. Okay, and we have another field, that is C password, that is confirm password, right? So we need to use the same name as we have provided inside the blade. So just use the C password, and also this will be the required, and we don't need to check minimum or maximum because we will check the confirm password should be same as password. So just use the same and we'll use the password, right? So now if we just go to the browser and just refresh this, and if we just click on submit, basically it is not submitting, right? So it is not submitting, but we don't understand why it is not submitting. So we need to display the proper validation message. So just go inside the blade and here just show the proper validation message. So simply here take a span, and inside the span we'll call this validation message. So right here span, and we'll use the Bootstrap class as we have installed the Bootstrap. So right here text danger, so it will show as a red, and inside here we'll use the error. Okay, so we'll display the error. So for name we'll use the name, and just close the end error, and inside this we'll just display the message. So right here $message. Okay, and we'll do the same for others field also. So just write here for email, and here for password, and also for confirm password. So just use the name, that is C password. So right here C password, and password is also password, and this is the email, right? So now if we just refresh this and just click on the submit, we can see the validation message. So now if we just add some value into the full name section, suppose John Doe, okay, and if we just click on the submit, the validation message is gone, also the field value also gone. But I want to see the value which have I added. How we can do this? So we need to hold the old value. So how can we hold the old value? So in Laravel there is a features to hold the old value. So simply just use the old function. So right here old, so inside this two curly braces, so right here old, and use the name. So just copy this and paste it here, that is for email. We'll just use the email, and we don't need for password and confirm password, so let's leave this and just refresh this. And suppose here the name is Mark Henry, okay, and just click on the submit. So this time this field value not gone, right? So now just click on this email. So right here mark@email.com, and let's submit. So it's not gone, and here just write 1 2 3 4 5 sorry 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 1 2 3. So just click on the submit. The C password and the password must match, right? So I actually want to change the validation message. User cannot understand what is C password, so how can you change this? So simply just copy these things and override the validation message. So simply here write the another things, that is C password. So I will just override the default password. So write C password dot the same. When it will be the same, that time we need to add this. So just write here the C password. So here simply write confirm password, and password must match. So just submit this, and here you can see the password field is required. So C password field is required, so we need to change this also. So just write here, so just copy this, the confirm password field is required, okay. So right here is required, okay. So all are done. So we have overridden. Now let's submit this. So here just refresh this and write here Mark Henry and mark@email.com, and password let's use 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and let's submit. The C password, sorry here we need to use the required also, right? So we will use this message for required. So just copy this. So confirm field is required, and let's use another things, that is 8, and then 1 2 3 4. So here we will not match the password with the confirm password. So the confirm password and the password not matches, okay. So all things are done, right? And now we need to process the registration process, okay. So we need to save this data inside our database. So how we can save this? So just create So just call the user model. So here we have a user model. Inside the models we have a user model. So all things are here. So just use the models inside the controller. So just use app models and the model name is user, right? So we will insert data using this model. So here just validation is done, then just write $user and we will create a new object of this. So write here new user, okay, and we need to save this. So $user name equal to $request name, right? In the same way we will use $user email, sorry, spelling mistake, equal to $request email, okay, $user password. So right here password, sorry, password equal to $request password. But here one thing, we don't need to save the raw password, so we need some encoding. So we will use the hashing here. So write use hash. So we will use this hash inside here. So just copy this and here just write hash colon make and sorry double and pass this password inside this function, right? So all are done, and now just save this, okay? So just write here $user and save, okay? So save is done. So I am taking a variable that is data and storing the save into here, and I want to check whether the user is saved or not. So write if $data, so write here $data is true, that means it's saved, else it is not saving, right? So just write a redirection. So after saving, it will redirect to the previous page, that means the registration page. So just use return redirect and want to redirect into the back, so that it will go to the back section, that means registration sections, and will pass a success message when it will save the data into the database. So I will add a success and we'll add the message. So registration have successfully done, so you have registered successfully, right? And if not, then we'll also write back with the error message. So write here error and write successfully not registered, that means registration failed, okay? And we need to see these things inside this registration.blade.php. So just here we just want to display the message. So just here create the div alert and alert success. So this is the Bootstrap class, and here if there is success, so first of all we want to add the condition. So if the session has, so right here $session, so not dollar, it is session, has the value, which value, that is we are passing the success. So if session has a success, then we'll add this into here. So close the end if, and here just display the message, okay? So the message will be session get success, okay? So to get the value from the session, we need to use the get, and to check the value whether this value already exists or not, we need to use the has, okay? So in the same way, just copy this and paste. If there is error, so write here error, and let's use in has and get section, and if there is success there will be the green, and if error there will be some danger, right? So just right here danger. Okay, all things are done. Now let's see this. So first I have to register a name, that is suppose Mark Henry, and the email address is mark@email.com, and I'm using the password 1234567 and confirming 1234567. Okay, so let's submit. Let's see what happened. Okay, so you can see you have registered successfully. So if you just go to the database and browse this, so we can see the name, email, and we are getting the hash password, right? And we are getting the created at updated. Okay, so by default Laravel providing these things, and we can using, and we are using here the hash password. Okay, so registration section is done. Now we need to create the login function. So here I want to add a link, simple link, so that when we just go here we don't need to use the URL here. So I am creating a link here, so to go back to the login page, so simply just write here suppose already registered, then go to the login page. So right here anchor tag ahref equal to, I will provide the routes link here, and here just write login here. Okay, so let's close the anchor tag, and here we'll just pass the route's name. So write route and user dot login. Okay, so let's refresh this, and already registered, so login has, so just add a space. Okay, so just click on this, so it will basically go to the user login section. Okay, so now let's create the login page. Simply will take not much time, so already we have the registration plate, so just copy these whole things and paste in the login section, and we will remove all the unnecessary things here. So simply here write the login, and here write user login, and therefore okay, so success message is okay, and we don't need the full name section, and let's get another URL, that is user suppose do login. Okay, so this is the URL, and we need email, and we don't need the confirm password, and finally we need to change the link. So here write new user. Okay, then register here, right? Register here, so here write user register. Okay, so let's copy this spelling register here, right? So all things are done. So we need to create the routes, so do login route. So here just simply create another routes, that is route, and used the simply post, and here just write do login, and I will also add the name also. The name is also do login, and here we will just copy these things and paste it here, and create a functions. The name of the function will be suppose do login, right? So right here do login. Okay, so just create a functions, that is public function do login, and the same way just use the request here $request, and here just print the dd $request. Okay, so now just refresh this. So here we can see the user login form, and we can go to the direct registration page and also go to the login page. So already we have registered. So first of all we will add the validation message, so just quick add the validation message. So let's copy this from previous, and we don't need the name, and we don't need to use the confirm password. Also we don't need to override the validation message, so all are okay. So now we need to create the logic to login. So simply here we'll use the $check. So I am taking a variable, we'll check the login process, and here write the request only. So otherwise, so any other field will not take, will not receive, right? So write here email and the password. Okay, so here it is validating, and then we'll take the email and password, and we'll just doing checking for authentication. Okay, so we know that for Laravel we have the attempt method, so we'll use this, and we'll use the authentication. So let's add inside the controller use auth, right? And we are using the auth here, and then we will simply use the guard. So basically I will use the web guards for student. So simply write guard here, and the guard name is web. So we have a web guard, so we are using this web guard, and then just attempt to login. So just write attempt and just pass the check. So what we have taken from the request, right? And here we have two things, maybe this will be login or it is login failed. So simply just use these things and just use these things. Okay, so if login process is failed, then just write here login failed, and otherwise we will add the success message, welcome to dashboard. Okay, and here just calling the routes. So write here route, and here just use user dot home, right? So we have not created the user home, so actually we have a link that is user home. So just simply just write text so that we can understand we are getting to here. So A B C D, so simply just dashboard. Okay, so let's try. So first refresh this and submit. So it's validating message, and if I just click on this section, so all the email ID is showing. So simply I don't want to use that things, so I want to off the autocomplete. So just go to the from, and let's off the autocomplete. Autocomplete is off. Okay, so now refresh this, it will not show the autocomplete section. So simply abcd@email.com and any password. So it's showing the login failed, and just use the correct one. So just write here mark@email.com and password is 123456778. Just submit this. So the email has already taken. Sorry, we don't need to write this logic here because we are checking these things that is unique or not. But here we don't need to write these things because we already registered these things. So simply we will just use the required and email type. Okay, so let's use the password again and submit this, right? So it's going to the dashboard, and you can see the link, right? So simply just create the dashboard page, that is the home page. So just go here, and this is the home blade.php. So copy all the things, and inside the home.blade.php just use all those things. So basically we don't need to write all those things, so we are just removing the froms, and we are taking the bootstrap section so that we can use the bootstrap, and here just remove the error section, and we are getting the success message. So here the when login we will see this section. So simply write here the dashboard, and also the change the registration, that is the title, that is dashboard, and right here user. Okay, so basically this is the user dashboard. Okay, and this is the success message, and here I want to add a table to display all those things. So simply write table, and the class name is table, and I want to add another class, that is table responsive. So all are basically Bootstrap class, and here inside this we'll add the t-head. Basically I want to display all the user records inside here, so let's close the t-head, and simply we'll write inside this t heading, just write name, close the th, and write name, not caps, name, and then just copy this, and here write the email. And also I want to add a action column. So basically in the action column we will use the logout section. So actually this is not designing properly. When you actually working in a live project, you can design better. Okay, so I am simply displaying how it is working and how to do this, right? And simply inside the tier just use the name here. So all the things we are getting from the auth, so actually we are using the auth, so right here auth, and also we are using the guard, so right here guard name, and the name of the guard is web, right? And here we'll get the name inside the user name, sorry, spelling mistake, user name, right? And just copy this for email, so here write email, and the next things we'll create a logout link, so right here the tier, and inside here we'll create the logout. Okay, so basically to log out we need to submit a form, we want to log out by using post, so here simply write anchor tag href, and here the link will be the route. So we need to create this link, but I am calling this up before creating this, so right here user, so here write user dot logout, and then we are using the on click event to log out, right? So here simply write logout, and right here on click to write event dot prevent default, and the next things document, we will create a forms to log out. So when you click on this logout, basically this will submit, so document dot get elements by id, right? And here I want to add the form name as the logout form. Okay, and let's create the form, so right here form, and the form name will be the logout form. Okay, so id will be the logout form, id equal to this logout form, and when click document.get element by id, and after that we'll submit. Okay, so we need to call the submit functions here, right? And the inside the form will pass the csrf token, so add the rate csrf, and here we'll create the URL, so the from action, so action will be the same, this is the route user logout, and then we'll use the method as post, sorry, we need to add inside this. Okay, and then the method is post. Okay, we don't need further anything, so we need to create the user logout inside our application. So just go to the web.php, and here we'll create the logout function. So as it is logged in, that means it's under the authentication middleware. So just here create the logout. So post function, and here write logout. So the link will be also the logout link, and then we'll call the controller functions. So here just write here the user controller class, and we'll create a function. The name of the function will be the logout, and also the name is logout. Okay, so let's create a logout method inside here. So right here public function logout. Okay, simply we will use the default Laravel logout methods. So right here guard, and the guard name is web. So for user we are using the web guard, and then we'll use the logout. Okay, and return to the home page. Okay, so return redirect to the home page. So when we install whatever we have seen in the browser. Okay, so let's, here we can see the Mark Henry, sorry maybe table design is mismatching. So just home. So inside the T body there is a mistake. We need to add all the things inside the TD here, right? So simply just write here TD and close the TD. Okay, so I'm quickly doing these things. Okay, so let's refresh this so we can get it. Okay, so there is a logout. So if you just click on the logout, it is logout to the page, right? So right now we need to change the login and registration link. So if we just click on this login or just register, it's not going to the user/login page. So let's change this first. So we need to go to the welcome.php. So welcome.blade.php, and here we have the links. So just go here and use the link, that is we need to use the, we can use URL or you can use the route. So we are using same for all place. So right here user.home, and here also write user.login and user.register and any others. So let's search URL. Okay, no even, and then route. Okay, so we need to change here also. So user dot login, right? All place have changed, right? So now if we just go to the browser and refresh, and if we just click on the register, it's going to the user/register, and back it is going to the login page. And similarly if we just go from here also, so just click on login, so it's changed. Okay, so for this video we have used the guard, that is the web guard. Here my purpose of this tutorial, we are going to make the multiple guard authentication. So here I want to create another type of user. So the user will be the admin type, and we'll click on this login, and basically the login will open, and if we just click on the registration, then registration will open. So how we can do this? So let's create a admin controller first. So just go to the terminal and create an admin controller. So php artisan make controller. Okay, and I have to create a controller inside a admin folder. So just like we have created a controller for user, that is inside the user, and I want to create a controller under admin. Okay, so further if we use anything inside which is related for admin, we will use this folder. Okay, so let's create admin controller. Okay, so admin controller created, and let's create the admin model. So just use php artisan make model, and my model name is admin. Okay, and I want to create a migration files also, so use -m. Okay, so admin controller, admin model is created, and admin migration file is created. For now, if you just go to the database, we have only users table, right? So here I will create a admin table. So just go here. So let's copy the user definition into the admin. So this is the user model. So just copy these things and just go to the admin model and paste it here. Okay, and just simply change the class is admin. Okay, and for admin, suppose I want to add something news or you want to add something extra field, so simply I am just going to add one extra field. So just write here phone as fillable, and I will add these things into the migration files also. So just go to the migration file. So here is the admin migration files and here is the user migration files. So I need exactly same structure. You can change it as per your requirement. Just for to know how it is working, just we are using the same structure, and I am using another column that is we have just added inside the model, that is table, and that will be the string type, and just simply use the phone. Okay, so these things are ready. So admin migration tables are ready, and we have the admin models, right? So this is also ready. So close this and just migrate these things. So php artisan migrate. Okay, so it's migrated, and if you check the database, we can see the admins table is created. Okay, so currently there is no records. So basically we need to register the admins and we will log in from the admins. So this is exactly same step as the user. Okay, so I am not going to display all these things repeatedly. I just simply using one admin here, and I am just inserting manually. So here my admin name is suppose admin. Okay, and let's add any random phone number. Okay, so this is a random phone number, and here my email is admin@email.com, and here just password. So basically I need has encrypted password, so I am just using the same password as in user have. So just copy this and paste it here. Basically we'll use the same password for user and admin. So we are using same just for now, but when you are actually going to create any application, don't use the same. You will create a registration form, and from that form admin will register and will enter into this database, right? So one admin is added. So we need to create a login form. So first of all, just go inside the Visual Studio Code and let's close the user model and just go to the web.php and let's create admin login page. So here you can see this is the user, and all the place we are using basically the web guard. So if you just go here, you can see the guard is basically web. So we are creating this here. So simply we just need to add the guard here. So just write here guest, and after the guest just use the web. So we are using the web middleware, and for authentication we are using the web middleware, right? So this is for user, and we will create for admin separately. So here if we just go to the kernel.php, we can see all the things we are calling, that is guest or auth, we are getting from here. So just go here and you can see the auth is indicating the middleware authentication, and the guest is indicating the middleware redirect if authenticate. So let's open this file and configure. So just go inside the app http middleware. So just open the authenticate and redirect if authenticate. Okay, so first of all we will configure here. So instead of route login, we'll use this for user dot login, and in the same way when the user is authenticated, then we'll redirect to the user page, right? So in this section simply we will redirect to the user home page, right? So just remove this, and here just add the route, and inside the route just write user dot home page. Okay, so let's see how it's working. So if you just go to the browser, and if you just go here and open the user, and we can see the user login page, right? And now if we just want to log in, so my user is mark@email.com, and simply write here and paste the password, so 128, and click on submit. So we can see we are getting into the user home page, right? That means after using the WebGuard we are working perfectly. So let's log out. So it's working perfectly. Okay, so here we will use the multi-guard. So suppose here I want to create the admin, right? So there will have admin login page. So let's close this for now. So when we'll need, it will open again. So just create a new guard. So just go to the config auth file. So just close this and open the config auth file. So here is the config auth file. So here you can see this is the default guard, that is the web, and we'll create another guard here. So my guard name is suppose admin. Okay, so right here admin, and let's create. So just here write, suppose the driver name is the eloquent. So right here eloquent, 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 and then the model name. So we need to specify the model which you have created for admin. So just use this way. So just provide the perfect path, app slash models slash the model name. So my model name is admin and class. Okay, so the model is added. Now we have to create the guards. So here, so simply here create a new guards. So suppose my guard name is admin, and here let's configure first. So just inside the guard we have a web guard, API guard, and now the new guard is admin. Okay, so inside the admins we will use a driver. So basically my driver will be the same, that is eloquent. We will use eloquent here, and my provider name will be, so here the provider is admins. Okay, so here I am creating different name. It is not admin, it is admins, right? So guard section is defined. Now we need to set the provider. So if we just go here, we can see already there is user provider, and we will create another provider, that is admins. Okay, so let's copy from the user. So just copy the driver and model. So here we will use the eloquent, and the model name is admin. Okay, so we are indicating the admins for admin model, right? And there is a resetting password, and we will change this right now. So here I am adding another, that is admins. Okay, so right in this way, and here the driver is eloquent, and we need to provide the path. So model is app model admin. Okay, so here you need to provide the admin. Okay, so all are done. So the guard section is ready. So this is the important file. So if you want to create any guards, we need to use this config auth.php. So in this way, if you want to create another guards, suppose you want to create another guards like teacher, student, and super admin, brands, employee, anything. So we need to define this inside this guard array, and it will create this, right? Sorry, I want to use the session as a driver. Okay, so all the things are ready. So let's close this. So now again go to the web.php, and here we will just create some routes for admin. So let's copy this first. Basically this will be the same for the admins also. We already created the registration section, create section, do login, all the things. So we don't need these things. So just change the prefix. So it will be admin, and the name will be admin dot something, anything. So we will provide here, and we don't need the registration section and also the create section, and otherwise all these things are needed. And just change the guard name. So here the guard name will be admin, and also here the guard name will be admin, and here we want to use the admin controller. Okay, so first we need to open the admin controller. So just go here, admin controller. So use the namespace, that is app http controllers slash admin, then the admin controller. Okay, so let's use slash the admin controller, that is the name of the controller, that is the class of the controller, right? So let's use this inside this admin routes group. So just use, okay. So now we need to create the login and home. So here we will use the admin folder, so there will have a separate folder for user and admin. So there's no conflict between admin and user. So first of all, we have a dashboard. So inside the resource we have a dashboard user. So here we will create another folder, that is admin, and inside this admin folder we will create login.blade.php and the another file, that is home.blade.php, right? So all are done. Now the thing is, we need to copy and paste everything from the user. So just copy all those things from home. Let's close this and paste it inside the home, that is the admin home, you can see, and we have a login page. So let's copy from the user. So just use this and just close and paste it here, okay. And let's change all the user related things. So just search with user, and here simply write the admin login, and here write admin login, and then change the route also. So here write admin, and also here we don't need registration process, so just remove this line. And for home, just change the guard name. So here write the guard is admin, also here this will be the admin, also logout, this will be the admin, and here also admin, okay. So this is a route, and here just dashboard admin, okay. So this will be the admin dashboard, so just write here admin dashboard, okay. So all things are ready. So now just go to the browser and just go to the admin/login. So let's see what's appearing. So simply we can see the admin login page. If you go to the user/login, so you are getting the user login page, okay. So let's save this from, okay. So if we click on this submit, we need to log into the admin account. So how we can do this? Again, we'll copy and paste all the things. So to log out and do login and create, okay. So first of all, we need to use the models, and we'll use the hash, not use hash, we'll use the authentication, right? So just copy here, use app models and use the auth, and we'll copy the login page. So here it is the registering process, and here is the do login. So just copy all those things and log out also, right? So just go to the admin controller and paste this here. Actually, if you check in the web.php, we need do login and log out, okay. So let's use this and just change the guard's name. So here just write admin and also the admin, right? And also change the user, so right here admin home, okay. So all are ready. So welcome to admin dashboard. So when it will log in, it will go to the dashboard and it will display welcome to admin dashboard, right? And let's change the model name. So here admin, okay. So I think all are ready. Now let's refresh this and just go to the admin table. So here we can see the admin @email.com. So let's check the validation process first. So just refresh this and click on submit. So it's validating, and if we just do another name, that is admin1@email.com, so basically it's not showing any message. I want to show some message. So if the email is not exist in our system, it will display some message. So how we can do this? So let's go to the validation section and use exist, right? And here we'll check from the admins table, and we'll check from the email column, right? So right now if we just click on submit, the selected email is invalid. So I want to change the validation message. So how can you change this? So simply just change this email dot the exist. So if email exists, then we'll write this email is not registered into our system, right? So this looks more proper message. So click on submit. So this email is not registered into our system, so let's add a proper email. So admin@email.com, and let's use this and use a proper password. Let's see whether it is logging or not. So click on submit. So you can see this is the admin home page and this is the admin dashboard, and we're getting all the things, right? And if you just log out, it's log outing from the account. Okay, so if we just go again and admin, let's add admin/login. So just provide admin@email.com, and let's see after login what we'll be going to do. So it's admin home. So now if we're going to log in again, so just use the login, and it's opening the login page from the user. Okay, so we need to configure the authenticate page. So if we just go to the middleware section, and there is the authenticate page, and there is redirect if authenticate. So all the condition we have written for user login. So we need to check the condition, and we need to add the guard condition inside here also. So let's add the condition. So inside the authenticate.php, so let's check if the route is coming through the admins, means if the $request and the route is okay. So this is the Laravel function. If the route is like admin, so write admin dot anything, so write star, then it will redirect back to the admin login page. So just copy this and change user to admin. And in the same way, we need to check the guards. If the guard is coming from the admin, then we need to go back to the admin.home page. Okay, so right here, if $guard is equal to, and we'll check the type also. So equal 3 equal to, right? So there is admin, then we'll redirect to the admin home page, right? So just copy this and paste it inside this condition, right? So admin home page. So let's see what happening. So we are here, that is the admin home page, and let's trying to access the login, then it's redirecting to the dashboard. And if we just log out, and if I just going to add the login page, and if we just going to access the home page, then it's redirecting to the login page as we are not logged in. And again, if we just go to the login and just enter proper password and click on submit, and it is going to the home page. Okay, so without authentication we cannot check. So right here, login, right? And in the same way, we can see we are already logged in into the admin, and if we just going to access the user home page, then we cannot access. So right here, user home, we cannot access, it's directing to the user login page. Okay, so within the same browser, within the session, we can handle two types of guards. So basically this is for web guards and this is for admin guards. And if you just want to create another guards, do this in the same way. I think you will love this video. Please comment if you have any queries about this video. Please like and subscribe this channel for upcoming video. Thanks for watching this video. Have a good day.